What's up, guys? Back with another video. This video is basically going to be a guideline on how to print cash if you're an online fitness coach. Okay, so in this video I'm exactly going to explain how our clients and how I have been booking 3 to 5 appointments every single day within the DMs, right? Only from outreach, only from an outbound strategy, every single day, right? This is exactly the breakdown of our DM framework. Okay, I'm going to show multiple DM conversations, how you should use our DM framework. So if you know, we actually have an entire DM framework that we help our clients with, right? From first message to the last message, right? Obviously answering every single excuse that people have. So for example, right here, right? If you ever talk with people who you want to book on a call, they always give you excuses. For example, I'm getting there slowly but surely, right? What's the price? Okay, I can do it myself. Thanks. I'm planning on getting help from my friend who is a PT, right? All of these excuses you probably heard a billion times, right? So you might hear a lot of excuses also immediately for the first message, right? I don't want to lose weight. If you send the first message to someone, I already work out, just want inspiration, currently working with a coach, or even just not interested, okay? I'm going to go through my entire DM framework in practice. Okay, by the way, if you want this entire DM framework that I have been using and our clients are using in order to generate leads in the DM conversation, okay, you can definitely send me a message on Instagram, follow me on Instagram, check out our client results and send me a message and I will send this over to you immediately. Okay, that's what you want to do. Now, I'm going to exactly explain how, in the breakdowns, right? I started uploading sales call breakdowns, but I realized that I haven't uploaded exact DM framework breakdowns in terms of how to actually solve different things inside the DM conversation, how to actually book calls. Okay, all of these people actually book the call with us, right? So that's how we were able to book 3 to 5 appointments every day. Now, if you are a serious business owner and you want to scale your company and you want to make a minimum $10,000 every single month and you don't want to slay away in the DMs, you shouldn't do this yourself. Okay, I'm just showing this because you can then get some practice. You can develop your own DM framework based on this, or maybe use my exact copy-paste DM framework. This is basically a copy-paste DM framework, right? Almost. And you need to practice it a little bit and then you need to delegate it. Okay, so our clients, some of them are doing their own DM conversations, some of them are doing their own outreaches. First of all, you're not able to do enough just on your own, right? Our setters who we provide to our clients are able to do 500 outreaches a day, right? Every single day consistently, not missing a day, and they're extremely good in booking calls. These are fitness specialized setters. We call them fit growth specialists inside our program. They go through a 3-month training period by us. We implement them in their companies, right? So if you want to hire a killer setter, I have loads of footage of that too on my YouTube, how you can hire a killer setter and teach them your methodology in terms of DM framework. Okay, but first obviously you need to learn how to do DM framework if you're not a part of our program, because then we are just going to implement the setter and you don't even need to worry about that. Now, let's start in the very, very beginning. Okay, so obviously in terms of messages, right, the different stages of the DM framework should go like this. Okay, especially for an online fitness coach, there are certain parts that is absolutely different for an online fitness coach than for, let's say, a dating coach, a B2B agency, I don't know, drumming coach, a German coach, right? It's completely different if you're an online fitness coach, and this is how you need to approach that. All right. So first of all, you need to have the right opener. Okay. If you're not getting responses to your first message, it's because your first message is quite frankly bad. Okay. I keep hearing from people that they have limiting beliefs about outreach. Okay, like oh my god, I don't want to be a sleazy salesperson, right? Harassing people on the internet. Yes, if you feel that you are doing that when you're doing DM framework, of course it's not working, right? You shouldn't be like that. You need to be extremely socially calibrated, especially in the first message, because that's how you're going to get a response rate. Generally speaking, if you send, let's say, 60 messages a day, which is not a lot on your own, you can easily send that. Okay, if you get 10% response rate, you should definitely have a 10% booking rate from that, and then you're going to have a minimum 1 call a day. Okay, with 1 call a day, if you have 31 calls a month and you close 10% from that, which again is not a high closing percentage, you are going to make $10,000 a month, right, on a 3K price point, right? So for example, this opener works for us the best, right? It's extremely socially calibrated. Okay, this is what our clients are using most of the times. Hey, I saw that you're following some fitness pages, don't want to assume anything, but if you follow them to get advice, What is it in particular that you struggle with when it comes to fitness/weight loss, right? It worked extremely well on Instagram. On LinkedIn, we had a little bit of a different approach. People will reply to this. You don't assume that they need to lose weight. You don't offend them, yet you ask about their goals and you just want to provide some free value to them, right? It's a very valuable first message. That's why I got a minimum 10% response rate to that, but mostly around 30, right? You are going to get approximately 30% response rate, okay? So that's extremely valuable. The second stage is getting to know the goals and ask about the routine and build trust, okay? The biggest goal of the DM framework is to get to know the prospect. Okay, so what you need to get to know from the prospect, what you need to understand from the prospect is basically whether or not they have the problem. You need to know their exact goals. That's how you can help them, right? You need to know if they are financially qualified or not, because if they are not financially qualified, if they are working in Cambodia in a, I don't know, in a coal mine, or like, I don't know, they work in a kitchen, right? They're not going to be able to pay a program, so you don't need to talk with them, because at the end of the day, you can't help them, right? And the biggest thing is building trust. If you build trust in the DMs, trust is extremely important. If you watch my videos also, like basically all I'm doing is building trust and showing credibility, right? You need to do the same in the DMs, okay? So the second stage is this, right? There are loads of ways of asking about the goal and building some trust, right? For example, so what goals are you working on with the gym/exercise overall, right? If someone told you that they are already exercising, right, losing a few pounds or toning up a bit may be something else, okay? Assuming different answers to the prospect, right? Here, if you know your prospect, which you should know your target audience better than they know themselves. Obviously, we give all the pain points through our market research for our clients, right? We do market research for our clients and we exactly identify the pain points that the target audience will have. So the sector that we provide that are trained on this will be able to ask the right questions. So obviously my target audience wanted to lose weight. These were some keywords that I was using. So if you assume the right answers in terms of what their goals are, losing a few pounds or toning up a bit, maybe something else, right? It's very important because there is a principle called the way of the pain in the DMs, right? If the prospect answering you is painful to them, like it requires a lot of thinking. For example, you ask a very open-ended question. For example, this one works really well too because it's a simple answer. But if you just ask about what's your goal, right? They need to do a lot of thinking. They need to write an entire book. Nobody will write an entire book to a complete stranger. It's too much effort. We live in a very, very high dopamine time in the world, right? So people keep scrolling TikTok, right? Even if the TikTok is not too exciting in the first 2 seconds, they scroll ahead, right? So you need to make sure that it's as least effort for them to answer as possible, but you still understand their goal, right? The third stage after you know their goal is qualifying them financially. This single financial qualification question worked 10 out of 10, right? 10 out of 10 times almost it works, okay? Now, you need to get to know if they are financially qualified, but if you don't get to know that, right, then it doesn't really make sense to book the call. And the problem with the financial qualification is it's a really socially uncalibrated question. You just started to talk with someone as an online fitness coach, right? In B2B agencies, you don't need to know that. You know whether or not someone is a business owner, right? A lot of the times you don't need to know that. But for a B2C offer, especially online fitness coaching, you need to know what they do for work. You need to know if they are financially qualified. And it's a very uncalibrated question. A random fitness coach reaches out to you, randomly asks, by the way, what do you do for work? Why the hell should you tell them, right? So it needs to be an extremely socially calibrated question. This is how we did that, right? So what do you do for work, by the way? I'm asking because most of my clients struggle with losing weight because of a busy schedule. They were desk workers, so they might have similar difficulties. This message is extremely important because, frankly speaking, right, you explain why you asked the question. It shows status because you're already working with clients. Immediately, they will check out your client results, right? And basically, you're just asking because, you know, your clients had these issues. You're not assuming that they have these same issues. You're not assuming even that they want to lose weight or whatever, right? You just want to know if they struggle with this, right? And basically, you're asking about their fitness situation, but indirectly, you're going to get to know what exactly they do for work. Okay, very calibrated. Start using this message, right? You can copy paste it. The fourth stage is building trust. Okay, this is a little bit of a longer period, right? Here, you need to vibe with the prospect. You can ask multiple questions. You can utilize all of these questions here, right? Building trust is extremely important. So don't rush to booking a call, right? Because it's going to be extremely salesy, right? Stage 5, pre-selling solution and raising curiosity. Okay, obviously, in terms of booking the call, you shouldn't just book a call. You shouldn't just throw it in there. Once you build trust, once you know if they're financially qualified, once you know their pain points and their goal, you shouldn't just freaking go ahead and book a call and like tell them, hey man, jump on a 45-minute consultation with me. Like, people don't want to do that. They don't even know you, right? So you need to hype them up. First of all, you should have an extremely good solution. If you don't have that, this is not going to work. Okay, we obviously formulate that for our clients in our program. Watch my other videos to know how you can do that, right? You need to personalize your solution around the prospect that you're talking with. So, for example, right, this is a regular message that I send as a pre-teasing the solution when I got to this point in the DM framework, right? Ideally, what you need is a workout system that can get you easy results with only 3 times 20 minutes of time investment. The goal here is to give an exact solution to the exact issues without saying too much but raising curiosity, right? That's the goal with this, right? Part 2, I could help you reach exact goal in a few weeks. It's something like that. Care to know how? So here you are pre-teasing the solution. Obviously, if you hype this up well, they're going to say yes, right? And this is where you offer the call. I think at this stage, the easiest would be if we talk on a quick call where I can explain everything, way easier to speak. Would you be up for scheduling that? And you're going to book the call because the people who you're talking with this way, you're going to have a high conversion rate in terms of responses, right? Whoever responds, you're going to have a minimum 10% booking rate, which is 1 call a day, right? It's because they feel that you understand them, you showed expertise, you showed status, and you also tease the solution. You also made sure that you tease the solution for them. Extremely important process, okay? Obviously, there can be multiple excuses to every single one of these stages, right? Excuses per questions of the prospect. Again, I can send this entire document over to you. I made multiple videos about our DM framework. I can send our entire DM framework with copy paste messages over to you and where exactly you need to use them, what stage it is good to use these messages in. Okay, it's an entire DM framework, right? So let's see some examples here. Okay, first of all, let's check out the wrong example. Okay, so for example, one of the prospects that I talked with, Chris, right? I send the first message, okay, and he said that not weight loss yet, right? I'm looking to gain and bulking phase at the moment. Actually, I want to start one very soon. So he's not our perfect TA, okay? So we knew that already, right? But I try to show some empathy, okay? Always show empathy. The first step is always this: how you can be a trust. You always show empathy, right? It's in our DM framework, by the way, if you see that. Oh man, that's awesome. Some people think that bulking up is easy, but it can be difficult for some. What are you currently doing in order to achieve that? Like your routine in exercising or and your diet, right? Obviously, answer that. He explained that for right now, he have been tracking calories and we'll add some more calories. We want to try to clean bulk versus a dirty bulk, right? This person is obviously a little bit more experienced in fitness, which you will be surprised, but many of your prospects will know some things about fitness. This is why a classic chicken breast and rice diet is not going to work. A classic I will design a meal plan for you as a fitness coach type of offers is not going to work because these people already know a lot of information, right? You need to sell a done for you implementation program, right? That's the best way to sell your online fitness coaching program, but this is about the DM, so let's get back to that. Obviously works as a carpenter, okay, so that's not RTA. All right, so at 2 points, this is not RTA. It's a wrong example. We didn't pursue this DM framework because if someone is a carpenter, right, most probably it's not a white collar work, right? He either doesn't make a lot of money or he doesn't have the same pain points as our target audience. So the right examples, right? Al, for example, became our client. I actually have a sales call breakdown with him on my YouTube. Okay, we did the initial message, right? He said that staying motivated is my biggest issue. Also, through doing DM framework, you can collect loads of pain points for clients, and you can create content with that, right? You can. I created a lot of content about why motivation shouldn't be an issue, how to get motivated, right? How to stay motivated, and those content assets were converting like crazy, right? Obviously, we showed a lot of empathy, right? Most of the times, though, it's just that work-life balance. What are you working as? Is it sedentary, right? I explained that a lot of our clients had the same issues, right? I do the financial qualification immediately because I know this, right? Sometimes you can switch up at what time you ask about the goal or at what time are you asking about the financial qualification, okay? As fast as you can do the financial qualification in a socially calibrated way, the better, because then you know if you want to pursue that lead or not, right? He obviously explained that he's a business director, right? So he's a very good lead, okay? So it's a clear picture. So if I could give you a routine with minimal time investment, you don't have to go to the gym, right? Do you have an ideal goal with weight number? So what would be your goal if I could do that, right? It's a very strong message. If I could do this, what would be your goal, right? You are already teasing the solution. He wants to drop 30 pounds, extremely good target audience, right? What did you try with before? Why didn't it work? This is where I'm building trust. Okay, did you hear about it? Maybe my videos, right? Hypermetabolic accelerator method. I already teased the solution here. Obviously, he mentioned that he hasn't heard about it. I teased the solution, right? Here I pre-teased it. Here I teased it. Okay, obviously, would you be up for scheduling a call? Yep, he scheduled the call with us, right? So the exact one to A to B process that I explained worked perfectly fine, right? I built trust with them. I know that he's financially qualified. I pre-teased the solution because I have a good solution. I booked the call. Extremely easy, right? Steven here, same gist, right? Same process. I'm not going to go through step by step based on every single breakdown, okay? Obviously, these are some LinkedIn messages. For example, on LinkedIn, we send different messages a little bit. Okay, hey Malik, I saw that you're also related to IT, right? It's very important. On LinkedIn, we send a message relating to their job because on LinkedIn you know what they do, so you know that they are financially qualified. You can skip the financial qualification step, which is the hardest step in the DM framework. For example, if you're generating leads on Instagram, this is why I would need to start generating leads on LinkedIn. All of our clients are generating leads from multiple acquisition channels, even though they are able to make money only from Instagram, right? After a while, we can implement LinkedIn as well. If you want to jump in our program, we're going to do that for you. We're going to give you this DM framework and train you on this, and then obviously implement a killer setter who knows this system in and out. Okay, extremely easy, right? So obviously we would call with Malik as well, right? We booked the call with Robert. He became a very good client, very good testimonial after a while, right? So this is exactly how we are able to book calls, okay? As I mentioned, it's exactly explained here, right? Every single message, every single basically the whole process, like what you should do when, right? If someone doesn't admit the pain in the beginning, what you should text to this question, to that question, okay? Extremely easy, right? If you want me to send you this entire document, okay, with the examples included, so you can use those examples, or if you want me to send you another 100 examples of course booked next to this, or you want all of what I mentioned, make sure you follow me on Instagram and send me a message. If you want us to implement a killer setter into your company, to formulate your niche, to formulate your method, and to formulate your DM framework and sales script, and book one call a day for you on autopilot, right? Minimum one call a day, and you want us to do this all for you, then instead of asking for this document, or after that, book a call with us. Okay, book a call with us. We're going to go through your entire operation, check out how you're generating leads, and we are going to scale you up, right? So our clients are getting crazy results. Make sure you check out our client results. One of our clients, Patrick, just cracked 24K, right? Elias just cracked around 25K, right? So it's like, it's crazy easy to do that if you have the right system. So thank you very much. See you in the next video.